evening, I head to the auditorium. There are a lot of people here, not just students, but ordinary Americans who must have driven out here to see the play. Oh, God. Parents out here driving from all kinds of places to go check the play. Oh, as usual, they don't notice our capes and robes. The dim light may help, but I'm sure a bit of magic is at work as well. Amiably blind, they process past the table in front of the door, handing over their money to a witch as they go. This song's very Mumford & Sons coded, isn't it? Professor Potsdam has left a note on the ticket table so I can go inside without paying. Yay, there you go. There you go. Saves me having to cause a huge ruckus, throw some chairs around, and then sneak in, you know? I've learned from video games that if you cause a huge ruckus and people see it's you, but you hide for 45 seconds, they forget about it. Folding chairs have been set up in rows across the floor, facing the stage. Beyond the curtains, a vast illusion creates the impression of distant lands, marble steps, and crumbling ruins. With magic, of course, it would be possible to create a perfect image of Corinth as it now stands, hundreds of years after the Romans destroyed and rebuilt it. However, the ancient Greeks staged their plays as openly as possible, with only painted backdrops to set the scene. Too much detail would distract from the aesthetic. It's a lot of effort, though, especially when we have magic. Besides, if the stage looked like a true portal to a city whose temples I have actually visited, I think it might make me a bit homesick. What a reason. That's the first reason you can conjure, my god. The audience settles and quiets and the show begins. All I can think is FF6 opera now. Oh, Maria. Euripides' Medea is considered one of the classics of the ancient world. I'm familiar with the story. Please tell me, because I know nothing about Medea other than that she's a witch. The hero, Jason, was married to Medea, a powerful witch who had betrayed her own people to join his quest and use her powers to aid him. However, once they return in triumph to Athens, Jason sets Medea aside to marry a wealthy princess. You know, I can see how Medea would feel a little hard done by there. Furious, she plots the murder of his new bride and the king who planned to exile her. Is the king Jason? Or, wait, hang on. What? Excuse me, sorry. This is ancient Greece. His name is Jason. All right, I mean... yeah, I'm sure there was a Christopher knocking around as well. Once they are dead, she then kills the children she had born to Jason so that he would see his line ended. Okay, I mean, that seems a little over the top. In the end, she flees to Athens, leaving Jason alone in the ruins of his life, where he eventually dies unmourned. According to my mother, the historical Medea did not stab her children, but took them into the other world and tore the souls from their flesh, reanimating their bodies with spirits to curse the father that abandoned them? That's so much worse! Like, your mother's supposed to fix stories so they're better. What, like... no... Not do that! Oh my god! This performance keeps on the tradition of knives and a surprising amount of blood. The unprepared audience shrieks along with the victims, but they clap along easily enough when the curtain falls. Jesus. After the player helped the ushers pick up trash from the room and mop up the blood off the stage, is it going to cause me stress? No. Okay, we just saw the play. Video gamers. Was I supposed to go with the date? Doesn't look like it. It's just actually a play about Medea. All right. And how she got betrayed and then decided to go a little overboard in her revenge. I now know the story of Medea. God, is this what it's like to feel cultured? Where's my toga? On Saturday morning, I am awakened by someone knocking on my door. Dave, are you ready to go? Go? It takes me a moment to remember. Right, selling candles. Come on, the boxes are waiting. We already delivered the mail. Isn't that Jacob's job? Give me a minute to get ready and I'll meet you by the vans. Yo, they got shoes there. Let's go. All the student council members work together to load the vans with boxes of merchandise and equipment, including a fold-up table and chairs, a large patterned cloth, and a collection of white plastic pipes. Do people still wear Vans, but like they're nowhere near as common as they were. I was doing a daily on stream the other day. There are like daily quizzes I do on Casual Tenarium, twitch.tv/Casual Tenarium. I don't plug it anywhere near enough, but it is in the bio. And I do like little daily quizzes and puzzles and like things like that there. And it's basically trivia. But one of them, Time Guesser, you have to guess where a picture from a picture where it is and what year it is. And one of them I guessed because a bunch of people look like a lot of my friends when I was 16, and it was the late 2000s, and they had like snapbacks with DC and like colorful t-shirts, 3/4 length trousers, and like thick Vans shoes, specifically like thick Vans shoes. And oh my god, it's like a portal to 2008 or 2009. What just happened? Oh god, I hope everyone here is like old enough to understand what I'm talking about, at least, right guys? Yeah, you're not gonna be like, Strimmer, Chris, I was born in 2007. What the hell is a van? Not smoking pipes, but we're gonna move on. But the sort that carry water, along with many little connections to hook them together. Are we required to create our own plumbing? Then we arrive and work to assemble the booth. The pipes snap together to become supports for signs, and the cloth is spread over the top of the table to brighten the display and hide any boxes stored underneath. The candles are arranged by size and color. It's not going to be mistaken for a professional display, but it looks nice enough. We're students, you know, like, as long as we look like we've given the bare minimum effort, then most people will think that's not enough. Since the freshman shifts aren't until the end of the day, I'm at loose ends once the booth is set up. What should I do at the mall today? Oh, we can just go do something, huh? We have 0 money. There's only one thing we can do, which is window shop. I walk the length of the mall, not in any hurry, checking out the various shop displays and listening to the chatter of the locals as they wander by. Humans are humans wherever they go, but I can't escape the fact that these are not my people. The differences are interesting, but they leave me feeling a little lonely. Oh, don't say that. There's a shop that is half stocked with little wooden carvings and ornaments, and half with a seemingly endless variety of trading cards. What's the connection between them? They both come from trees? A variety of trade. Look, trading cards are really popular, okay? If you're around during COVID, like, Pokemon popped off. There are all kinds of shops that stocked them for a while that had no business stocking them. The Students' Council booth is doing a slow but steady business in selling candles. Oh, I didn't even get reduced stressed for window shopping. Raven stands by the display holding a candle of a red so dark it's almost black. I know so many ways to bring a death, but which would be best? Shall I set fire to the bridal chamber? Oh god, she's going Danganronpa on me, help. Oh, plunge my wetted blade between their ribs. I recognize those lines. Oh! She is going Danganronpa on us, but in a way that is different from what I anticipated. Medea, right? You went to the play? I took part in the performance. You were so good I don't even recognize the real you. You must have really submersed yourself within the part. Haha. Well, she certainly wasn't the lead. I don't remember seeing her on stage. She must have been one of the unnamed Corinthian women. This is where she's a tree. You're in the chorus? He nods. It is necessary to pay one's dues before advancement. Naturally. I love scheming. If you'll excuse me, I have a purchase to make. Wait, hang on. You can see the scheming tag today, right? I haven't screwed this up? Yeah, let's go. Go team! Of course. She must be very fond of candles. Lost in my thoughts, I managed to pass a few hours at the mall, stress decreased by 3. Ooh. The day wears on and the novelty of the American shopping center grows progressively thinner. I amuse myself somewhat by listening on... I just had a thought. Sorry, the most random thought. I hope the reason Minnie didn't go with me to the play is because I didn't have enough, like, Minnie points or affection points with her. I've done so much stuff with her. There's no way that's the case, right? Right? It is just that she's like a huge busybody. It's gotta be. By listening in on her half incomprehensible conversations of the locals, peppered with references and slang I don't understand. The magic that prevents them from noticing anything odd about my clothing seems to smooth over any suspicions about me staring at them as well. Yo, if you're a wizard, you can just sit there and people watch? That's kind of cool. I can hover near a couple and receive a barely a puzzled glance before they return their attention to each other. Observing the American teenager in its natural habitat is only entertaining for so long. I begin to wish I had returned to the school before my shift. Even I would have only have had a short time before needing to drive back out again. The hour grows late, the sunlight fades away, which might increase the appeal of a candle's warm glow. Yo! Natural born salesman, by the way. At last, it is time for my shift. This isn't evening, this is the middle of the night. When I arrive at the booth, I find Professor Grabiner seated nearby in one of the folding chairs. The other, beside him, is currently supporting an empty box. Minnie stands behind the table, finishing up her work. Good, you are punctual at least. Damn straight I am! Am I known for being punctual? I was going to try and make a bit about it, but I don't think I am. I think that would just be random nonsense. I am here to supervise only. I am not a salesman. You should not have any need to interrupt me. With that, he turns his attention to the book in his hands. He loves a book, doesn't he? I smile at Minnie. How have the sales been going? Not bad. She looks past me, down the darkening stretch of shops. Do you mind if I stay here for a while just to sit? I won't be in the way. I can keep you company. Sure. I mean, like, I will happily welcome the company, but that is a very concerning thing to just blurt out to someone. It feels like I need to stage an intervention. Thanks. Jacob's already gone back, so it's just us now. She walks over to Grabiner, moves the box off the extra chair, and seats herself. He does not bother to look up. He doesn't care. He's just like, look, I'm just here to make sure that you got, wait, hang on. Is there a book I can read? Is there? Yes. Hang on. Final Fantasy Cookbook. Final Fantasy Cookbook. Yes. And like Minnie saying all of this stuff, like, oh god, I just feel like I need company. I'm so tired. I'm so lost. And he's just there, the teacher. Yes. Yeah. Bacon bread. Bacon. Yeah. Truly fantastic. Yeah. What was that? Minnie's sad. Oh yeah. That's so tragic for her. Wow, cornbread. Wow. Yeah, Ishgardian muffin. Yeah. Grabiner is definitely, he's definitely keeping it real. I don't think he's a very good teacher. He's like the most harshest teacher you're ever gonna get. And it's hard to even know if he's fair. The whole Ellen thing didn't seem fair. Yo, maybe student revolt time? Probably not. She walks over to Grabiner, moves the box off the extra chair. Yeah, he does not bother to look up. I step behind the booth and look over the current supplies. Then I stand and wait for someone to approach and buy my wares. An older woman walks past, she doesn't even pause. More shoppers go by, none of them stop to look at my booth. Do they want to buy things? Is that why they're here? Perhaps the glamours are malfunctioning and they can't see me or the booth at all, but from the state of the stock and the cash supply, it's clear the other volunteers have been making sales. It would be improper to use magic to lure in a customer. I mean, look, Grabiner didn't react to like someone having an internal meltdown, okay? It kind of feels like if I cast a cheeky bit of magic, he wouldn't even notice. I settle for staring at them as they go past, willing them to look my way. That might be worse. That might be worse. Maybe start just shouting out, like, you know, candles for sale, mate, candles for sale. This one tastes like cinnamon, this one tastes like beer and bacon. Like, you know, something like that. It's not effective. Yeah, no kidding. Someone is approaching. Unfortunately, it's a student, not an outsider. Well, no one said that wizards aren't allowed to buy from us. Perhaps if he takes an interest in the booth, more customers will approach. We could just, like, shout that they're for school funds, right? Get your candles, get your candles. They're to, like, fun. They're to fund a school activity, invest in the youth, get a candle, like that kind of thing. Perhaps if he takes an interest in a booth, more customers will approach. Would you like to buy a candle? He stares at me, then looks over at Professor Grabiner, then back at me. Without saying a word, he leaves. What just happened? I hear a quiet footstep and discover that Minnie has walked up to join me. He kept coming by the booth earlier, watching me. Did he say something to you? Oh no, he hasn't done anything wrong. Oh, you were weird. Maybe not even ex-boyfriend, but like you're just weird Minnie, dude. Don't worry about it. She looks down at the cash box. You haven't sold anything? No one seems very interested. She looks at me. Maybe you're just not very approachable. Oh, I'm sorry for existing. Sorry, does anyone have a bottle? I have a head that I need to smash one over. Probably too harsh. Maybe that's why I'm not very approachable. Crap, she might have a point. Let me help. But you already worked a full shift. I'm here already, so I may as well help you out, and it's for a good cause. Sit for a few minutes and watch me. If I'm doing something wrong, I need to know. I take a seat next to Grabiner, who continues to ignore us. For some reason, with Minnie at the table, customers seem a lot more interested in the candles. Maybe it's the way she smiles at people as they pass. Maybe it's her enthusiasm. I don't know where she gets the energy. I suppose the truth is that I'm just as bad a salesman as Grabiner. Neither of us were born to be a shopkeeper. I mean, we can smile. Like, we're not horrendous, right? I don't know. She's better at this than I am. Should I just leave her to it? Good question. I will choose the option which makes her like us more. She's happy to help. Oh. It won't hurt anything if I let her do it. After a few minutes, I see Minnie looking over in my direction. Let me know if you need anything. No, I'm fine. It's too bad that I'm stuck. Nah, she didn't like that. That's not a face of like, this was a good decision you made. Get back to work. It's my responsibility. We're supposed to be partners. I have to make an effort. I go back to the booth. I'm ready to try again. If you see me do something wrong, tell me, all right? That's the winning smile that shows us we got affection points. I mean, doing the right thing. Hell yeah. And so I resume my position while Minnie goes back to her seat. Time passes, Minnie takes my place, and I need to sit down for a minute, but it's been a long day, so it's impossible to avoid feeling tired. That was like sick stress. At least the candles are selling better now, but it's growing late and the shoppers are dwindling. Professor, do you want us to stay until they look up? He looks around. No, it's unnecessary. Anyone being shooed out by security is unlikely to stop for a purchase. Well, if they were being deliberately contrary, they might. Minnie seems to find his statement amusing, but quickly hides a smile. All right, let's pack up. In the morning, the whole student council worked together to move the supplies. Now it's only the three of us, and would have been just two if Minnie hadn't stayed. At least there are fewer candles now that we've sold some stock. Did she literally just stay for company to hide from weird blue hair laddie McGee? The trip back too is quieter. I have nothing particular to say, and it feels awkward to make casual conversation with either Minnie or Grabiner while the other is listening. Grabiner isn't gonna listen. He's too busy listening to his, was it bacon bread? That. In the dark, the trees that flash by our windows blend together with no sense of place or time, but still I know that I am far, far away from home. When we return to school, Grabiner goes off with the money and equipment, and Minnie and I head into the dark hallways. It's been a long day. Too long with too little refreshment, as my stomach casually reminds me. Oh, sorry. Did you hear that, by the way? Casual tonight on twitch.tv. I stream there. Sorry. You don't need to be sorry. You need to eat. Just eat a candle, bro. The wick is probably... Is the wick or the candle the worst bit, do you reckon? Well, hang on. This is an important question. Can you get ill from eating a candle? Candle wax is considered non-poisonous, but it may cause a blockage in the intestine if a large enough amount is swallowed. Oh. Well, just maybe eat a little bit of the candles at a time, so it's not big enough, you know? Too late for that now. It's not a big deal. I won't starve overnight. Bro, you've got to eat. You're joking. Come on, let's go to the cafeteria. But they're closed. It's after hours. Leave it to me. Oh, she's scheming as well. Minnie leads the way into the empty dining hall. All right, why do you have a key to the cafeteria? Is that a student council perk she forgot to share? Well, I'm up late sometimes studying. I asked permission to come in so I could have snacks if I needed them. Would you like some coffee? What? Look behind you. It's the middle of the night. Would I like some coffee? No. Absolutely not. You want me to be awake all night until 5 a.m.? No, I want to sleep tonight. Exactly. Right. Now I feel a bit bad for her. She hadn't considered that to be an option. It's just like, oh, you want to sleep, right? Well, I can't cook anything, and there's always apples, and I can make myself sandwiches. An apple sandwich? They're actually really nice. Oh, I'll take your word for it. Really? I usually eat apples by themselves or in desserts. Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't knock it, but peanut butter or cheese? These are traditional apple combos, right? Obviously, if someone... The thing is in real life, if someone tells me something is good and they genuinely believe I have a chance of enjoying it, I will just try it, you know? That said, I have had apple and cheese before. Be right back. That was a big smile. Peanut butter? Big smile. Okay, cool. We'll go apple and cheese then. He disappears behind the counter, devoid of other students. Oh, right, that was her making it. It's chopping. So the cafeteria is so quiet, I can hear her at work in the kitchen, knife chopping away. A few minutes later, she returns with 2 plates. The sandwiches are simple enough, rough brown bread, studded with seeds containing still cold slices of cheese and apple. Looking more closely, I can make out the flecks of whole grain mustard. Minnie, are you German? It feels like mustard has 0 place in this dish. Genuinely 0 place in this dish. You're just kind of slamming it in there anyway. That feels very German. Are you European like me? It's health food. It's good for you, sure. She said she couldn't cook, but this is pretty tasty. It's an apple, cheese, and mustard sandwich, bro. Holy moly, we must be awful at cooking. Thank you. You're welcome. She sits down with her own plate, taking rapid, precise nibbles like a wood mouse eating berries. Oh, how flattering. Before I finish, she's already standing up again. This might be the only alone time we've had with Minnie, right? Like, the entire playthrough, she's always busy or doing something. Here, we've actually just managed to sit down and eat something with her, even if she is immediately leaving. I've got to go. I've been gone all day. I've got to check my messages and catch up on reading and... Okay, I'll see you later. Right, bye. And off she goes. Yeah, we'll take what we can get. At the end of the week, I have the chance to review theatre. Yeah, okay, cool. I always read half of that sentence before realizing what's happening. We only have to make it to the 26th, or I guess when we choose the schedule, it will show us, right? Early on Monday, all the freshmen are called together. I'm just thinking about stress management. Good morning, Buttercups. The Thanksgiving break period begins this week after classes on Tuesday. Okay, we'll just double slam Black Magic then. Classes resume on Monday, the 2nd of December. That's... Okay, I mean, that's not too long. If you're staying through the break, the library will be open and meals will be served at the regular times. We will have a feast together on Thursday and some optional activities on Friday and Saturday. For those who are leaving, if you need to leave early and miss classes tomorrow, please speak to me after assembly. Now, there is one more thing. For those of you who are Wild Seed, if you are leaving, this will be your first time away from the comfort and protection of Iris Academy. You are witches and wizards, and the people around you out there are not. You must not discuss or display Oh, now you want to tell them how to behave. Am I right? Am I right? Rise up, student revolt. No, it's too early for the student revolt. In front of anyone or... Oh, who is not one of us? Not your old friends, not your families, no one. If you betray our trust, you will not be allowed to return, and we would miss you. Oh, throwing a little guilt trip there. I'm surprised at the disturbed expressions I see around me. Didn't they understand that? We can't have wizards going around telling everyone about magic. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got it. Tell no one. Asterisk? No asterisk. Stop. Especially not in America, not after the Aquarian disaster. Now, I'm sure you have a busy week ahead of you, so I'll let you go get on with your schedules. It's too much. I'm just going to slam 2 black and hope for the best. Yes! Oh, and another spell. Oh, lovely. Professor Potsdam stands at the front of the class holding something that looks like a white egg. Her hand sweeps up, tossing the egg into the air. Rather than arc and fall, it remains in midair, spinning end over end and wobbling in place. Are any of you feeling particularly negative today? Always, every day. I mean, what? No, that would be awful. No, that's an odd question. Today, we will be practicing a skill that you may find very useful in unknown environments, removing an enchantment from an object. If a spell was set upon an existing object, and there was a time when that object was not magical. By reaching into the structure of an object and strengthening its non-magical aspect, you can drive out the enchantment. Dispelling an enchantment breaks it permanently. She points her finger at the egg, it darkens slightly and then falls to the ground, where it bounces without breaking. Not a real egg, something rubbery from the sound. It will not go back to floating on its own. Someone will have to recast the spell that was set on it. But that will be for a different class to solve. Now, I must warn you that this is still an introductory level spell. You cannot expect to dispel ancient artifacts. Objects which are inherently magical cannot be easily depowered. And your teachers know ways to bind charms that students cannot override. But for the most common traps and enchantments you will encounter, dispelling them will make them harmless. Of course, some enchantments may be intended to aid you, so think before you take the magic away. Okay. What use do I have for this? I wonder if I could have dispelled the poison gas from the second exam with this. Maybe? No, because it's not a target object. I think that was just gas. All right. I guess if there's like a trap, maybe it might be useful. I'm trying to like think of everything in real time when I do the dungeons though, but we do have a lot of spells, admittedly. Oh, this has been, I should have slept. This has been the least worth try and go through the stress anyway. If I might have your attention, please, take hold of each other's hands and close your eyes. We give thanks to the parents who created us and the friends who helped us grow, to the earth which nurtures us and the other worlds which inspire us. Da-da-na-na. For what we have been given and for what we have to give, for those who have taken us in when we were in need, for forgiveness and for the hope of renewal. May our tributes bring joy and may no call go unanswered in this Thanksgiving season. So may it be, and so mote it be. Big up, Camden Town. We echo her final words and then our hands slip away from each other as we look back into the light. Have a very happy holiday. As she dismisses us, a hubbub arises as students eager to share their holiday plans or just get out of here and meet up with their families again. It doesn't affect me, I'll be on campus all week. I head back towards my room to get out of the way of the stampede. Dave! Hello, Minnie, how's it going? How's it going? I'll take an affection scene if you don't so mind. You're going to talk to me about president stuff, I know, but, you know, maybe you'll say you'll miss me? I turn to see Minnie calling after me. Is it true that you're staying here all alone? It isn't president stuff. She cares. Is it? Yeah, it is. I'm not alone. The professors will be here. Oh, that might be the most sad and tragic thing you've said all playthrough, Dave. You aren't worried about it? I know it's a big family holiday in your country, but it's not in mine. I don't even know what you do for Thanksgiving. It feels like we have been told. At this point, it's ignorance. This gives me some extra time to study. I'll need it to catch up with you. That's the least scheming thing that anyone has ever said. Well, as long as you're happy. I was worried that you'd been forgotten. I'm fine, but thanks for thinking of me. I've got to go. My parents are waiting for me. I'll see you next week. Bye! And off she runs. Oh, not even a goodbye kiss? What am I doing here? Why do we live if only to suffer? I always get that quote wrong, and I still refuse to look it up. Someone is knocking on my door. Why is someone knocking on my door? Isn't almost everyone supposed to have gone home? Bro, you just said the teachers are here. Well, I better have a look. Oh, come on. Mr. Lunarson, please come with me. Yes, sir. He leads the way into his suite of rooms. Inside, a table has been prepared with 2 plates of eggs Florentine and asparagus. Eggs Florentine? What one is that one? Images. There's, oh, okay. It's like Eggs Benedict, but worse. Tea or fruit juice? You brought me here for breakfast? You object? Not exactly. It would have been nice to have told in advance what we were doing. Then eat. It would be ungracious to refuse. I take a seat. Grabbing seems, if not exactly amiable, at least a little more relaxed than usual. Having no classes to teach must take the pressure off him a bit. How are your studies progressing? Why don't you tell me? You're the teacher, evaluate me. Very well. You have made alliances and put yourself in a position of power among your classmates. I like to think that, like, in-game, he did do that. He sat around and it's just like, you put yourself in a position of power. Class president, lol, Lamau. Indeed, your parents must be greatly impressed with your achievements, such as what exactly? Selling candles? What happened to slightly more amiable? Can I punch him? I've yet to see any sign of leadership from you. I suppose I asked for that. Damn, he really was mocking me when he said president, huh? And yourself? Pray tell me, what is your expert opinion of this establishment? I like it here because it would be insane to say it's disappointing. Things are going well. We return our attention to the food. He didn't believe me. He literally didn't believe me. Oh, all right. After a few minutes, he clears his throat. You're a young man far from home. Are you interacting well with your classmates? Are they friendly? Yes, I would say so. Is there anyone that you were particularly close to? Wait, are you asking if I'm dating anyone? I can't believe that the legendary Professor Grappener is fishing for romantic gossip. He didn't ask that. He kind of just asked who our friends were, I feel. I would prefer not to. However, in these circumstances, I'm considered commanded to have responsibility for you. It is therefore my business. Never mind, he did ask that. Oh my god. I don't see why. Take a date to the malt shop or whatever it is they do these days. Take several if you wish. This is no concern of mine. However, as I am unfortunately in loco parentis, I must remind you of the risks of growing too attached. You are the heir to the mantle of the woods. You must return to your entailed territory. If you involve yourself too seriously with anyone, you will face a painful disruption at the end of the year. What would you do? Admit that you had been lying to them all along? Disappear, never to be seen again? No, they can just come back with me, right? As a teenager? Would you try and convince your partner to travel to your home with you? You know that you cannot remain in this country. It doesn't matter, I'm not involved with anyone. Not like that. I might be interested in someone, but I can't say that I'm dating anybody. Something to keep in mind for the future then. That's not exactly something I want to keep in mind, but all I can do for now is nod and focus on the food in front of me. Hey, look, it's not me who has to deal with it after the year, you know? That's somebody else. When my meal is completed, I set down my fork with a sigh. It was not to your liking? The food was fine, but did we have to do this now? It was the first opportunity that I had to dine with you privately without arousing suspicion. What? It feels a little bit overboard. You're like protective-wise. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like you have to go that far out of your way. I'm on holiday, so are you. Class is out. Couldn't we have just had a day? Why did you need the first opportunity? Because your parents demanded it. Do you think you are here because I want you here? Oh, Matt, you have such a way of making me feel loved. It's certainly not because I want to be here. We glare at each other for a moment, then his gaze drops. Let us continue. You will be expected to return home over the winter break, which begins after classes on December 20th. If there are any activities or sites you wish to see in this country, you should send a proposal to your parents. Otherwise, you are to report to me in the evening and I will teleport us at the nearest waypoint. Oh, wait, what? Hang on. Weren't there a bunch of people driving? Oh, I guess because some Wild Seed people won't know that we're going to magic school, right? So it'd be a bit weird if their child suddenly showed up from out of state on their doorstep. Okay, it makes sense why people are driving. Your escort will cross the spiral gate and meet you there. Of course, you must not tell anyone that I'm traveling through the overworld. I know, because then they'd want to know why and how, and then there would be questions about my family and so on and so on. Many foolish choices are made by those who should know better. Are we done? No, not yet. As I mentioned, you will be returning to your homeland for the end of the calendar year. It would be therefore too easy to arrange for you to remain there if you do not wish to continue. Of course I wish to continue. I chose to come here to spend a year in America. Why would I give that up now? I'm not telling you to leave. I'm giving you the option if you wish it, if you are tired of this. I shake my head. Her breath humps. His breath humps dismissively through his nose. If there is anything you wish to discuss, any difficulties you are having, why would you care? You don't want me here. I'm trying to provide adult guidance and supervision. Yeah, but you're trying to provide adult guidance and supervision after you've said that you don't want to be doing this, that you're doing it in the most begrudgingly way possible. I think it's completely understandable to be talking out of line like this. Well, I didn't ask for it. He stands jarring the table with a clatter. If you cannot be civil, then you are invited to leave. Good, I don't want to be here anyway. Your immaturity will not improve. I'm not the immature one, bro. Kepe? Whoa, hang on. Maybe we've just revealed what country we're from. Kepe? Ah, it means it's Albanian for shallot. Probably not that one. You, sir, are an onion. Well, good day. Throwing up my hands, I walk out the room.
Self-voicing.
No! Didn't mean to do. Stop! Okay, cool. Thank God for that. Whew, that was scary. As the distance grows between us, I struggle to control my breathing. It's mostly a wasted effort with so few people left in the school, and even if someone did see me walking away from Grabberner in a foul temper, they wouldn't think that was noteworthy. Kind of feels like going to see him in his room wouldn't be either. Say it quietly, but this is for me. I don't like feeling this way. I don't want to think about my home, my family, my responsibility, my future. I don't even want to think about school. I want to be free for a while. I want to enjoy being Dave Lunason, even if he doesn't really exist. I set out onto the grounds. Professor Grabner can't tell me what to do if he can't find me. The wind It's brisk, but not quite freezing. My robes are enough to keep me warm for now, but the wind is wrong. Even the sound of it is wrong. The wind doesn't sound like my wind. The trees don't move like my trees. Everything is foreign. Oh no, we're homesick. We're really badly homesick. Isn't that what I want? What do I want? Why can't I be happy? It feels like we were happy until Grabner, like, screwed it up. I mean, I'm kind of low-key expecting, high-key expecting an apology now. Why won't they let me be happy? Why won't I let myself be happy? Brother, if we had an answer to that question, that is a tough subject. Why am I here? All right, we're going a bit Neil Breen on them right now. Instinctively, I reach out. I'm not thinking about spells or chromatics or careful classroom constructs. My mind is torn between real and unreal, between home and away, and the magic that answers my call is wild. I can feel it surrounding me, but it's not time. It's not controlled, not safe, not here. These are not my woods. I shove the power away from me, back out where it belongs. Huh? The sudden conviction that someone is watching over me is so intense I spin in place, fully expecting to find Potsdam standing there, smiling oh so mysteriously. But there is nothing there. Can we cast Spirit Sense? Man, this isn't the first time I've said something like this, and then, like, immediately they just do it. Maybe that means the game is very intuitive in, like, making you think something, then answering your question. It is probably that. I evoke Spirit Sense just to be sure and get a faint sense of something over my head. Remembering Barbara, I look up into the branches of the trees, but the wind shifts the leaves and a shaft of sunlight hits me in the face and dazzles my vision. For a moment, I thought I saw a flash of bright red hair? Who? Oh, wait, Barbara has red highlights, right? There's nothing there now. It must have been a bird that flew away. I've worked myself up too much, haven't I? I reckon on a certain path you can see something there. I'm going to take a nice long walk and relax. All right. A lot happened there. A lot happened. We had a proper bust-up with Grabner. Like an actual proper, like, fisticuffs, huh? That's surprising. All right. Really bad at ending episodes. Still.